Greetings from LA, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. Earlier this week, I was so fortunate to have been able to have procured a copy of this latest set from the Criterion collection, the Wes Anderson Archive. And I've only just begun to explore its many riches. I haven't gone through it completely, but I am on my way. In the meantime, while I'm still exploring the world of Wes Anderson again, but this time in the context of that wonderful Criterion set, it got me thinking about other examples in the past from Criterion, where Criterion has released a box set that focuses in on a particular filmmaker. For instance, Pasolini 101, which does not have all of Pasolini's films, but it has most of them in this wonderful collection. Another incredibly impressive set is the complete films of Agnès Varda. Was one of my favorite sets, in fact, from Criterion, so I can highly recommend this. Similar thing can be said about this World of Wong Kar-wai. Fascinatingly packaged set of fascinating films. Very enchanting set. Essential Fellini. Again, we have many works of the filmmaker Federico Fellini in one very interesting proportioned set here. It's a really wonderful set. And the same can be said for the release from several years back now, which is Ingmar Bergman's Cinema, which also has most of the works of Ingmar Bergman, the Swedish filmmaker, in what has to be one of the most celebrated physical media collections or physical media box set releases, I think, in the history of physical media. And of course, we've seen many others, maybe in individual spine number releases. I'll just mention very briefly, for instance, the Essential Jacques Demy set, which is really wonderful. Similar thing can be said about this, which is a great set from a great filmmaker, Jacques Tati, the complete Jacques Tati. I could also give a shout out to the works of Jean Cassavetes. We get not all of his works, but we get a bulk of his films, 5 films in fact, in this, I think now classic release from Criterion at spine number 250. Very recently we saw a masterful set, Chantal Akerman Masterpieces, 1968 to 1978. This is one of my favorite releases. Right-on westerns of the filmmaker Bud Bedecker. Ousmane Sembène featured in a set of 3 films. Greg Araki, a Teen Apocalypse trilogy. I could also mention the films from the filmmaker Maya Zetterling, which was released in one comprehensive Criterion release, Melvin Van Peebles' Essential Films, signifying works of Marlon Riggs. Eric Romer's Six Moral Tales, which is a brilliant set of films, and then it was followed up so lovingly by Criterion in Eric Romer's Tales of the Four Seasons. Great Bruce Lee, his greatest hits. Let me give a quick shout out to my old and faded and now DVD set, which is now out of print, but this is the Teshigahara films. Pedro Costa, Letters from Fontaines set films, Jean Cocteau, and the Orphic Trilogy DVD release, which is now out of print, unfortunately, of the Dreyer films. Not to mention, of course, we have so many filmmakers represented in the Eclipse series in their own sets. I forgot to say, too, there is a very famous one that is from the DVD era, one of my favorites. This is the 25 films by Akira Kurosawa, AK-100, which was really great. And again, in DVD form, but this is a really lovely one to have. It's noteworthy also in physical media spaces because it includes the Criterion Physical Media Release Edition in DVD form of the 1993 film, which is called Madadayo. I know that there are many other filmmaker-focused sets or collections that I haven't mentioned. I tried to mention as many just based off of my memory recall, but I know I've missed a few. And of course, I admit that not all of these sets have the complete filmography of the filmmaker per se. Maybe some do, but maybe most of them do not. They have a bulk of them, or they have what's called the quote-unquote essential titles, or they have a majority of them, but not all of them. But still, to have this number of films in one collection or under one physical media umbrella, I think it's really great. And it begs the question too, what could be coming up next in the Criterion think tank? I wonder which filmmaker or filmmakers might be the focus of any future box sets. Do you have any wishes, my dear friends? What is your wish list of Criterion box sets that you'd like to see? Filmmakers that are focused on in the next box set, or two or more. I can think of a couple that come to mind. For example, I'd love to see a large set of Ozu films, Yasujiro Ozu films. Also, this is a great DVD set. Don't get me wrong, I love this set, the Kurosawa set from Criterion many years ago, but it would be, I think, it would be such an exciting thing, and I know so many people would be jumping up and down for joy if they heard that, let's say, Criterion were coming out with a 4K release of the films of Kurosawa. Another filmmaker that comes to mind that's been on my mind lately is, for instance, David Lynch. And of course, there are many other filmmakers that are definitely well worth focusing in on. I mean, the vast ocean that is cinema is so vast that it can't be covered by 1, 2, 3, 4 box sets. I mean, the more box sets, the merrier, I think. And the more that there is room for growth. And maybe there can be box sets of filmmakers that haven't gotten a spotlight as much as some of these other filmmakers, which is also very healthy and very exciting and very rewarding, and something that I would also love to see from Criterion. Again, hopefully there would be enough time and energy and resources available to commit and invest in such endeavors. I, for one, would be very happy to see whatever comes up. With that, my dear friends, what would you like to see in terms of box sets, maybe from Criterion or your favorite label? Yeah, let me know in the comment section below your wish list. And yeah, we'll go from there, my dear friends. As always, I would love to hear what it is you have to say. All right, my dear friends, so that's it for now. I've taken so many things from the shelf, so I'm going to stop this video and then maybe clean up the desk, but also I'm gonna take a title from the shelf, something to watch later today or later this weekend. I have a number of titles that already are on deck, and I have a number of things too that I want to watch, so I'm pretty full up already in terms of stuff to watch, but maybe I'll add another title, if I can find I'll add another title, because what the heck, you only live once, right? And this is such an exciting thing. So let me try to find one more title to try to fit into the time schedule this weekend from the Criterion shelves. But my dear friends, thank you so much for your time, and what are you watching? As always, you can let me know in the comment section if you have any recommendations for films. If you saw something recently that just was so amazing to you, let me know. I'm always in for your recommendations. You always teach me about cinema and entertainment and TV series, etc. So you teach me so much. It's not me teaching you. No. It's you teaching me. And I'm so grateful for that, my dear friends. I really am. So if you have any recommendations, you can always let me know in the comment section below, and I read them, and I take them very seriously. So thank you so much for your time. And with that, my dear friends, let me end it here. Please continue to be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great movies, including films in the Criterion Collection, including films outside of the Criterion Collection, and beyond. So until the next video, my dear friends, stay strong, stay safe, and cheers. And I'm gonna grab a title from the shelves, so I'll show it at the very tail end of this video. So stick around to the very end of the video to see what I pull from the shelves. But otherwise, my dear friends, stay strong, stay safe, and cheers. Bye-bye. Here's one that is a very recent release from Criterion, and I remember getting this Blu-ray when it was first released a couple months back, and I just loved it. I had seen it before, but it was great to get into this and watch the the features, and so I'm going to watch it again because this is such a great one. This is Spy Number 1273, and I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it yet. It is called Cairo Station.